A very good afternoon to Dr. Harwati and fellow classmates. Here we would like to present our Learning to Learn module. We are from Group 4 and our members are Cikgu Lydia, Cikgu Manoranjini, Cikgu Sasireka, Cikgu Disha, and me, Shin Yi. So our table of contents begin with introduction regarding our choice of the model, followed by the first, second, and third strategy, and last but not least, the conclusion. So next, I will pass to my friend to introduce you about our choices of model.
The model that we adapt is Chamok model. It is intended to help students with limited English proficiency to improve their academic language skills. This methodology combines academic language development, content area training, and explicit instruction in both content and language acquisition learning methodologies. There are 6 phases in Chamok's model. The first is preparation. In this stage, teachers determine students' current learning strategies for non-activities, such as recalling prior knowledge and previewing essential language and topics to be introduced in the class. Second is presentation. In this stage, teachers models, name, explain new strategies, ask students if and how they have used it, such as selective attention, self-monitoring, imaginary, and note-taking strategies. The third is practice. Students put their new method into practice. Then, teachers encourage independent strategy used by asking students to examine their language production, create an overall and written report, or classify concepts in subsequent strategy exercise. The next is evaluation. In this phase, students assess their own technique used immediately after practice, judging the efficacy of their own learning by summarizing their learning. The next is expansion activity. In this phase, students transfer the strategies to new tasks, combine strategies into clusters into their existing knowledge framework. The last stage is assessment. In this stage, teachers assess the student use of strategies and impact on performance and give feedback to the students.
Hi everyone. So since our model is based upon the CAMETS model, so the first strategy until the third strategy will be ensuring that we go through the process of preparation, presentation, practice, expansion of activities, and also assessment. For the first strategy, it is known as where is steady. The classification of the strategy is cognitive and also memory. The purpose of learning preposition, and our learners, targeted learners, are year 3, mixed ability. So the main idea, they will be using worksheets. They will have to cut and paste pictures, underline the preposition, and for the memory part, they would have to fill in the bubble map. So the steps, teacher enhances their previous knowledge by going through what they have learned, what preposition, then will distribute worksheet 1, find the picture, and then they will have to match it, paste the picture accordingly, and then reading aloud. This is for recalling and also for the memory purpose. They will say aloud the preposition and underline it, and later they will fill up the bubble map. So the worksheets are attached. And also for evaluation in terms of for the teachers, as they are going through the activities, teacher can observe them and grade them accordingly. They also can go, other variation of this activity is to venture into drawing. Maybe teacher can come up with another two sentences, easy sentences, like the ball is on the table, so that they can draw the picture. And also doing some pair work, where here the listening speaking activities can come in. So one person would ask the question and the other person answer, and then rotate. So that it's all for strategy 1, and you can watch the video how it's conducted. Thank you.
Under the table. Under. Teddy is in between the box and the table. Between.
Hi everyone. Next is strategy 2. The name of strategy 2 is SVO Superhouse. This strategy is for the lower level year 3 primary pupils. So we adopted and adapted this strategy based on Unit 5, the new house from their Get Smart students book. The purpose of this strategy is to teach Year 3 pupils how to write simple sentences in the present tense. The main idea in this strategy is to help the Year 3 pupils to understand the usage of the SVO subject, verb object, word order through stories and construct simple sentences correctly. The materials used for this strategy are YouTube videos and worksheets. The first step of this strategy is where teacher reads the story of Superman visits house. Along the way, she explains the SVO. This is the story of Superman visits house. Superman, the subject, always comes to house, the object. The house is big. The house attracts Superman. Whenever Superman comes into the house, it transforms into Super House. This is how SVO Superhouse gets its superhuman powers from Superman. So think of the story of Superman visits house to remember the SVO superhouse word order, which is subject, the Superman, verb, visit, and object, house. And it becomes superhouse, SVO. This is what SVO superhouse is all about. The second step, pupils will watch a video for a better understanding on what is SVO. The third step, teacher shows and explains the formula of subject-verb agreement. For singular noun, students have to add s to the verb. For plural noun, students have to minus the s from the verb. Next step is the practice. Pupils will be given a few sentences. They need to practice distinguishing the word order and label each part of sentences as subject, verb, or object. Next worksheet will be try it out yourself. Pupils need to apply the SVO superhouse word order to make sentences in the present tense to describe the pictures below. Here I have also suggested a differentiated worksheet where pupils need to write simple sentences that correspond to the word order which they have just learned. Next is the evaluation. Pupils need to complete this self-assessment to find out how do they feel about the strategy which they have just learned. They just need to put a tick in the relevant box. Then the last part will be the variation. We can create a grid with 3 columns and fill it with subjects, verbs and objects in the grid. Then pupils connect all the subjects, verbs and objects to make a logical sentences. This is a good game for the ending of the lesson.
Strategy 3 or SUSCOM. The purpose, learning how to use adjective by following the correct order of adjectives. Adjective is used to describe noun. So when you have to describe more than one adjectives for one noun, and then you can use or SUSCOM. The material, YouTube video, and the poster. The first steps in this strategy is teacher is to explain to pupils on what adjective is and its usage. Only then teacher can introduce what a SUSCOM is to the pupils. O opinion, S size, A age, S shape, C color, O origin, M material, and P purpose. After learning what a SUSCOM is, and then the pupils are given examples on how they can describe noun correctly using the correct order of adjective. There are 2 examples of sentences here. Jack is a cute little boy from Kajang. Jack has a long giant yellow pencil. As we can see here, there are more than one adjectives to describe one noun. To check pupils' understanding, they are to look around and find as many nouns as they can, and then they fill in all the nouns they have found in the table below. And then they are to describe the noun correctly following the correct order of adjective or SUSCOM. The example has been given. Next, the people to study the poster. The poster is a situation in the park. They are to find at least 5 nouns from the poster, and they are to describe each one they found in the poster by using the correct order of adjective they have learned. For example, that boy is playing with his beautiful diamond-shaped purple kite. The evaluations for this strategy can be done if the pupils use the correct order of adjectives when describing noun correctly, and also can be done when the pupils successfully complete both activities. And then the pupils to do self-assessment. They are to put tick in the box that best describe how well this strategy has helped them in describing noun correctly. Other than those two activities, pupils also can write a short descriptions about themselves by applying their ASESCOM knowledge. They can include some information about themselves, such as who are there in the family, what are their favorites, what are the things they own, etc.
As for conclusion and implication, language learning methods are tools that students choose to utilize to help them learn and use a new language. They are also seen as tools for active, self-directed participation, which is crucial in the development of different skills. Teachers are able to discover the students' learning style and strategies, which is very crucial for a successful language learning. They also gain some insights on how to tackle students of low proficiency level, and at the same time enables teachers to design activities and lesson plan that suit the students' needs. Moreover, learners should have positive attitude toward the target language and language learning in order for the strategies to be effectively implemented. Besides that, they are becoming autonomous learners by being aware of their own strengths and weaknesses in language learning. They are also able to discover the learning styles and strategies that benefits them the most and utilize it to maximize their learning experience. That's all our presentation. Thank you.